Hey everybody, this is Steve. I hope everybody had an exciting winter break. Welcome back. And I just wanted to give you a brief message, update, heads up on some things that have happened in terms of the schedule and changes and things and stuff I've graded and stuff like that. So the first thing is that I'm almost done grading everything I can grade for the first half of the semester so far. The exception of that is participation. I'll get to that in a second. So I've posted grades on everybody's first projects, the Ancient Style and YouTube projects, and I've also posted grades for the first half of the semester on the blogs. Let me say just a couple of things about both of those projects. The first thing is that the first half, the YouTube Ancient Style projects, for the most part, I thought were pretty good. I think where people kind of fell a little bit behind or not necessarily succeeding as well as perhaps they wanted to is not really taking advantage of the opportunity that you had to revise after you got comments from both me and your classmates and you had time to make changes. A lot of folks didn't really do that much different. And that's something I want you to really think about with these next two projects, because one of the things I really am trying to emphasize in this class, and you'll see that when we get to the last unit of the term, is writing's about revising. So it's really important as a writer to learn how to and to think about how to make changes to your original text to make them better based on the feedback that you've received from your readers. So keep that in mind. The second thing with these first projects that I think is interesting is I think there are a lot of ways in which the advice from Strunk and White and also Williams would be particularly useful to think about in revisiting these projects. And that's something that you can think about in terms of the last project for the semester. So for example, Williams in particular has a lot to say about things like clear sentences and also coherence within paragraphs that I just kept on coming across different passages, even in these revisions, where I thought that a number of people could have used that advice to make a better case for the project that they had. So that's something to consider as we move on into the next projects. In terms of the blogs, honestly, the biggest thing about the blog posts is that you had to finish them. And if a number of people didn't finish the blog post. Now, I'm not reminding everybody every 5 minutes that there's a blog post due, but it's all on the calendar, it's all on the schedule, all the posts are up there, and they're all within the modules and things like that. So for those of you who did complete all the blog posts or most of the blog posts, that you probably did pretty well in terms of the grade. For those of you who didn't complete them, and some of you didn't complete hardly any of them, that's going to hurt your overall grade, because remember, the blog post as a whole, from beginning to end in terms of the semester, is worth the same as an essay for the class. So it's a really easy way to get some points, and it's also a really easy way to lose some points. And by the way, just in case you're wondering, what is the mindset? Why am I having you do these blog posts in the first place? The main reason I want you to write in this blog space is I want you to be writing and reflecting on the things that we're reading as we go through the term, because if you are able to do that successfully, then my guess is that your writing projects that you will produce, including the Ancient Style YouTube project and now coming up on the Style Guide Remake project, and certainly this will be the case with the projects coming up for the second half of the term. My experience has been students who work well on these blogs, who reflect well on these blogs, they are better prepared to complete those assignments. Okay, so this is really kind of like journal writing for you, but it's journal writing for you in a public space that allows me to review it and allows your classmates to see it and things like that. So that's why it's important to keep up with these blog posts. Second thing about participation for the first part of the term, that's the one thing I need to figure out yet. My hope is I'll begin figuring this out tonight. This is Monday night I'm recording this, and then probably into Tuesday and Wednesday. If you haven't emailed me yet about what grade you think you deserve for participation for the first part of the term, you need to do that as soon as you can. Okay. And the last thing is, I think there's some confusion as far as I can tell in terms of what's happening next. So you can always, I posted for the next project, the web genre discourse community project. And if you go to the class homepage on Canvas, and if you scroll down to the calendar dates, you'll see that I've added in those units. And all you have to do is look at the calendar on the first page of the class website. That is the when things are due. So for example, if you look at that, you'll see that we're starting that today's Monday, February 29th. Today you'll see the Style Remake peer review is beginning. We're also starting to talk about the Web Genre Discourse Community Project. If you scroll down more on the schedule, you'll see the different things that we're going to be reading and discussing over the next month or so. And you'll see that the peer review for the Web Genre Discourse Community Project will start on March 21st. And you'll see that there's a revised final version of that project will be due on April 4th. If you scroll down a little bit further, you'll see the deadlines and due dates for everything else. Okay, so there shouldn't be any mystery as to when anything is due because it's all right there and it's always been there through the entire course of the semester. I have made a few changes in the last few days, tweaking some of the due dates and things like that. And I also need to develop some parts of the discussion forums still for the course, but this should be done really, really soon, and then everything will be perfectly clear, clear enough. Okay, I hope that helps. If you have questions, concerns, let me know. See you online.